Mark mentioned on Saturday that Austin Dotson had filled in at left guard while Kenneth was unavailable. Is that battle kind of down to those two guys, or do you still have other options that you might consider at that position?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is between those two guys to see who's going to come out in the next 3 weeks. But John's been moving guys around, and we'll see if somebody else emerges. And but you know what? I felt Austin in that scrimmage. I thought he did some things that I hadn't seen him do. So he really got after it, and I was proud for him.
Okay, Lonnie Demery. Now try it, Lonnie. No.
Okay, go off mute, Lonnie.
Okay, with that now?
Yeah.
Okay, Eddie, early on in the practice sessions, Coach Stoops mentioned there was some difficulty in scoring in the red zone. I was wondering how that was coming along in terms of improving that particular phase of the offense.
Going well. We're trying some different things as well, and Coach knows that. And he, of course, we want to score touchdowns. Field goals aren't going to get it done in this at this league and this level. So we need to be better always. We're shooting for touchdowns every time we get down there, but we're also trying to see what we can do, down there where we'll be comfortable, where our quarterbacks will be comfortable. And, defense has been stingy. They're doing a heck of a job. So I feel good about where we are right now, Lonnie. I really do.
Okay, next is Jeremy Jarman with UK Sports Network.
Hey, Eddie, with the amount of talent that you guys have on the offensive side of the ball, do you as a staff, offensive staff, do you guys feel inclined to reward as many players as possible that you feel can contribute in a few weeks at Auburn?
Well, number one, we've got to get ready for Auburn, and we've got to take obviously the top two first, and top two teams that we think after they compete and they have another scrimmage, who those guys are going to be. And then special teams will be a big component to this, especially for the skill guys. So, yeah, you want to take as many as you can, and you do want to reward them, but they've got to make us play them, and they've got to make sure that they do what they're supposed to be doing. I believe it all works out, whether they play in the first game. If they're that close, by the time we get into 2, 3, 4 games, especially with this kind of schedule, they'll play.
Okay, next is Josh Moore with the Lexington Herald-Leader.
Eddie, Mark on Saturday made it sound like Matt Ruffalo was kind of slotted back there in, making kicks for you guys. Is it his job right now, or is there is Chance still kind of pushing him? What's that look like right now?
Yeah, I think they're competing every day. We had field goal today, and they both split them, and they were all 100%. They were, I think, we kicked 6 field goals, and we were 6 for 6. So there's always competition, every position.
Okay, Derek Terry with Cats Paws.
Eddie, it sounded like DeMarcus Harris had a pretty good scrimmage again on Saturday. He's been a name that's been mentioned a few times. Just how much you said that you felt Austin Dotson a little bit, so how much have you kind of felt Harris this camp?
We did made a really good fade catch, very contested throw. It's that 50-50 ball Coach always talks about in competing, and he went up and he got it. Terry threw a great ball. So that was nice to see, but he's doing some other things too in practice, and I'm feeling him. He's trying to be physical, and he's working hard. So yeah, he's one that is making a move right now, and it's good to see.
Okay, Gary Graves with the Associated Press.
Coach, what are you seeing from your receivers now in terms of their relationship with Terry? I mean, how is that how is that blended in camp?
Today, if you had asked me that yesterday, it would have been a different answer. Today we got a lot better. Yesterday wasn't such a great day, and we challenged them. And that's, I talked about this at the beginning, is consistency. Offense is about being consistent, and it's not going to be perfect, but we're going to strive for perfection. and we weren't as detailed as we needed to be yesterday. And give credit to our defense on some of the things they were doing. We're still installing. Coach talked. We're still putting stuff in, so we're still making them think, and that's good because you got to stress them and get them ready for that game time situation when you do make an adjustment. And so, give it to our defense yesterday. They got after our tail, and some things were confusing. That's why you watch film. That's why you coach. And Coach Bo had them ready to go today, and our quarterbacks were better. We threw it on time better today, and we made some good catches. So, again, if we can be consistent, we'll have a chance to really be balanced, and we can make explosive plays in the passing game.
Okay, Nick Roush with KSR.
Eddie, last week you were hoping to get better in the red zone in that scrimmage. What do you want to get accomplished, kind of mark off the box in this, I guess it'd be final scrimmage on Saturday?
It would be to sustain drives. Exactly what you said right there is that if we have a 3-play drive and we get down inside the 5 or, just in there, just sticking it in and making sure that we score. I'd like to see some more explosive plays. We were actually in this second scrimmage. We were 1 play away, half a point away with the 2s, 1 point away. 1 out of every 9, we were explosive. We want to be 1 out of every 8. So if we can get that to 1 out of every 8, 1 out of every 7, this last scrimmage, I'd be really happy. Because if you'll do that, then I think some of those will turn into some touchdowns and then finish in the red zone.
Okay, Aaron Gershon with Big Blue Insider.
Eddie, I know your focus is on Auburn right now, but I wanted to see what your reaction was to Lynn Bowden getting traded and if you had talked to him recently.
I haven't texted, but what a great opportunity. They obviously saw something in him, and all you got to do is turn on his highlight tape. So they're going to use him in the way they need him to be used, and I think it's just a great opportunity for Lynn. Really excited for him.
Okay, let's go back to John Hale.
Eddie, on paper at least, it looks like you've got a lot of options at every position, but is there a spot that you're still trying to develop that depth in particular that in this next 2-3 weeks before the opener that you want to see the 2s and 3s really step up?
Yeah, probably right now, I think we're pretty good in the front. We're still mixing that around a little bit with moving Kennard at some places and getting him some inside work. I think that's pretty settled. I think the biggest part would be the receiver position, where we can put different guys, whether it be AD, whether it be Josh Ali, who's that next guy stepping up, Bryce. DeMarcus Harris has been really good. Cleveland had a good practice today. We need just a couple more out of that group to be more consistent and say that they want to be a part of this thing. And so that's what I'd like to see in the next 3 weeks.
Okay, 2 more. We'll go with Jeremy Jarman first.
Eddie, doing some film study this offseason, I seem to feel like that maybe some spread offenses put their quarterback under center maybe a few times more last season. Not sure if you agree with that, but could you talk about maybe some of the rationale for why some of the spread offenses, typical gun teams, would put their quarterback under center a few more times? Is it because of, trying to induce some hard counts? Will we see our quarterbacks under center maybe a little bit more this year? Can you share your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's philosophy, and what feels comfortable with your quarterback. I think some of it has to do with certain plays too. People are getting underneath that center and they're running those fast motion speed sweeps, where you can't really see that guy when he comes by and they snap it and he turns and hands the ball. And it is good for some play action pass too. For me, I like the pistol. I like the guy right behind and he's 3 yards behind and it still looks like the eye. You're not underneath that center. If you're not practicing it, it makes you a little bit nervous. But we have it. It's ready to go always. But for me right now, we'd be a gun team.
Okay, Josh Moore.
Mark yesterday on the radio acted like he was, expressed some confidence that Joey would get eligible, but he also mentioned a little bit earlier last week that you might need to reevaluate or adjust how you prepare, with the uncertainty. Is that taking place? Is that adjustment taking place now, or are you kind of holding out some hope?
We're always holding out for hope. We're in this camp as if he's ready to play. If that makes sense, right? I mean, we're getting some good reps. We really are getting reps for everybody at that position, and so we are preparing as if he's ready to go. So, we've got 3 weeks left. So I'm still trying to find out, what our receivers, what Terry, what our best personnel is, what our best matchups are. And we're doing the same for the quarterback. So this next scrimmage is going to be huge. I thought Joey made an improvement from scrimmage 1 to 2. So did I thought all of our quarterbacks did. So we need one more jump. How they take care of the ball conceptually, are they anticipating? And then obviously the target of the ball is crucial.
Okay, one more. We'll go with Nick Roush.
How have you seen Smoke improve from training camp last year to where he is now?
The biggest thing is he's been healthy. It seems like every camp since he's been here, something's gone wrong with a soft tissue and even in the spring. So he's made it through every single practice. I say a little bit, he's trying to have a leadership role, being vocal, finishing. And so, the biggest thing at that position too, and I'm going to keep saying it, I'll sound like a broken record, but it's consistency with him too. Understanding the offense, seeing big picture back there. And when the bullets fly and things are coming fast, communicating and understanding that communication and getting everything done. So he's certainly working at it. We've got some ways to go, but I love where he's at right now. A lot further along than he's ever been.
Okay, thanks, Coach. We got Keaton Upshaw in just 1 second.
Thank you.